going on, everybody? Heading back home now from the Miami Hurricanes football game as they beat Southern Miss 30-7. But I mean, I know a lot of people are going to be worried, maybe a little bit confused, disappointed, and some are happy with a win. Right? A win is a win. We're 1-0 this weekend, and we move forward. We make adjustments. We clean up the mistakes, and now we go to be 1-0 again next Saturday against quite possibly the biggest opponent we're going to face this year, aside from maybe Clemson. But who knows? That's later on down the line. So Texas A&M next weekend. So, but before we get to that, I really want to hear from y'all in the comments section, if possible. What you guys thought about this game. How you felt about how the offense and the defense performed. And again, I mean, look, 7 points, man. So, yeah, there's some things that we need to clean up. I'll be the first one to say it. Our defensive back situation is a little bit shaky to me, if you ask me. Like, at this point, I think we can all make the argument that Corey Couch is the best defensive back on this team. And look, a couple years ago, he was probably projecting or trajecting that way as well. And we know he had a little bit of a down year last year. But regardless of that, you still see some deficiencies in that position. Quite frankly, for me, I don't know what it is about DJ Ivey, but he's got all the measurables. He's got the size, the speed. He still needs to show me something on the field, man. There's a lot left to be desired there with DJ Ivey. But I'm not trying to knock the guy, but I think he needs to get better. But I think that whole entire group needs to get better as a whole. Tyreek Stevenson had a couple of moments where he played really well today. With that pick in the end zone. But Corey Couch, to me, right now, is the best defensive back on this team. So some of the other guys need to step it up. Daryl Porter, obviously, is a guy that, we want to see get better. The transfer in out of West Virginia. We really didn't get to see Isaiah Dunson today. I don't know why, but I think that's a guy that could possibly step up. There's a lot of question marks about Al Blades. Is he a cornerback? Is he a safety? Saw a lot of him at safety today, which was a perfect segue to the safety position. James Williams was all over the place, played everywhere. I saw him playing Mike, saw him playing star, saw him playing safety, traditional safety, did everything, right? So him and Cam Kitchens really look good. I'm a bit more concerned about this whole Avonte Williams situation. Like, what's going on with Avonte? Is it a mental thing? Is it, practice thing? Is he not cutting it? Has he regressed, right? So, we didn't see him at all today. We barely saw him. We saw him some on kick coverages and special teams, but we really didn't see him play much, get many snaps at all. And so that's a big question mark, because I think we all, may have come into this season thinking that he was the guy at safety, right? He was probably the best safety that we had, at least up there, right? It was those three. It was James Williams, Avonte, and Cam Kitchens. And really, we're seeing a lot more of Williams, Kitchens, and Al Blades playing safety. So we're not seeing much of the other guys either. So, I don't know. I mean, there's obviously stuff that you're seeing on social media with Avonte now as well, as he's taking down all his UM stuff. Yeah, kids are kids, man. So whatever, I won't read too much into that. Defensive line played well, got some pressure. Keith Mesidor was out. Still want to see more from them, and I'm sure that Kevin Steele is going to be able to come up with something. And by the way, just speaking of players and guys that made impacts, for me, at this point, I really don't care what anybody says. Corey Flagg is one of our surest tacklers. He played excellent today. Saw a lot of good stuff from him. The only thing he may not have is a lot of range, right? So let's not ask him to do that sideline stuff. Love what I saw from Corey Flagg today. Wayman Steed played all right as well. Love what I saw from the linebackers, from Chase Smith, Keontre, those guys. I love what I saw from Wesley. Wesley Basaint is obviously going to get a lot more playing time, so I'm really excited to see Wes continue to progress and get more snaps, because I think that he is the future of that linebacker core along with Chase Smith. So really excited to see what they have to do. On the offensive side of the ball, really quick, and then I'll kind of finish this up. Look, TVD didn't have his best game. Let's be real, and if any of you heard or saw what Mario Cristobal was saying, he said he played well. I'm going to have to disagree there with the head ball coach. I don't think he had his best game, but again, get your kinks out of the way, get your bad throws out of the way, and we saw it. He was short on a couple throws. He was hesitant on some of his throws. And again, I don't know what he sees on the field. He sees something different, but I think there was a couple of throws that he would definitely want back. Did make an excellent throw on that flea flicker to Keyshawn Smith in the end zone for the touchdown. But overall, not the best game for TVD. Not terrible, but definitely not the best game. He was definitely off. You can see that he needs to clean up some stuff as well. But if there's a game to kind of shake all that off, it's definitely a game like this where you need to be on point against Texas A&M next week. So I expect him to be all right. He's still a hell of a quarterback. He's still going to be fine. He'll clean up some stuff, and he'll be okay for next weekend. The running backs ran hard again. I do want to see a little bit more from Thad Franklin in the sense that he needs to be as physical as he looks. All right, there's times where he runs up the middle, or he'll find a gap, and as opposed to go and hit someone and just put his head down and run over someone, he turns his back a little bit. And for a guy that big and that strong, he needs to kind of just try to run somebody over every once in a while. So I definitely want to see that. But overall, the running backs did good. I know Rooster was on a snap count, so we'll see more of him next week. Zion Nelson back at tackle. That offensive line, and I get that Southern Miss threw some new things and some tricks at them early on in the game, but they got to do a better job of opening some holes for the running backs, and the running backs have to do a little bit of a better job of run tougher. Although another good game by Henry Parrish as well, so not too concerned there. Pretty obvious that at this point it's Xavier Restrepo as wide receiver 1, then everybody else. Michael Redding, though, another guy that has been playing really hard, and love his effort, love to see what he's been doing, so really excited about that. But aside from that, the other guys need to kind of start stepping it up. I am curious as to why Xavier didn't play the first quarter. Probably a suspension thing, who knows. Wasn't addressed in the press conference either. But I will tell you one thing that I really love about this team. The question was asked about what, to Michael Redding in particular, what they're going to do, to get ready for Texas A&M and to kind of clean up some things. And he says they're probably going to get together tonight and go out there and practice and throw some balls and run some routes and get their timing together. And that's huge, man. I mean, they're going to go out tonight after playing a whole entire game and, talked about how they have a WhatsApp chat together, a group chat, and they, I don't know if it's WhatsApp. I'm throwing WhatsApp in there, like, if I know. But it's a group chat with all the position guys there, all the wide receivers and running backs and quarterbacks, and they're going to go out there and practice a little bit tonight. That's huge, man. Like, when other players are sitting around playing video games or messing around, these guys are out there and they are getting better or trying to get better, and I love to hear that. And I think that's the mentality of the culture that Coach Cristobal wants to bring into this team. And I can guarantee you that halftime speech wasn't nice because they did look like crap the first half. Let's just be honest. So it is a little worrisome. So I think that they need to go back and clean some things up. Excuse me, and get ready for Texas A&M because if you do that in the first half against Texas A&M, you're probably going to be out of the game at that point, and it's going to be tough to get back into it. So overall, mediocre performance by the Hurricanes today. 30-7 was the final score, and now we look forward to Texas A&M next weekend, and it's the first and biggest test of the season, I would say, for Miami, and hopefully they can come through. We'll talk to you guys soon.